hello today. Glad you could join me. This is really how the Hunt Shack channel got started. This is the construction of the Hunt Shack. What I'm going to do, I've actually had it started now for pretty near 3 years. I got the frame materials and welded up the frame 3 years ago and put the floor on, and that was it before some heavy snow, and minus 40 and 50 degrees and 3 and 4 feet of snow. I don't have a place big enough to get it inside to work on it, so it was it for the season. The following year I put up the walls, and I just put a real cheap roof on. It wasn't what I wanted to do, but we had some family health issues that we had to deal with, and so we're finished with that now. Everything came out all right, fortunately. So over the course of well, there'll probably be at least 1 or 2 more segments this season, because we're just into early August now, and it's in September we get our frost for the first time, and by the end of October we've got snow a foot deep, and that's it for the winter. So I'll probably get at least 1 or 2 more segments in it as I start working on the completion of this unit, and then in the spring we'll finish up whatever isn't done, and it'll be out there ready to go. So we'll be following along over a period of time how we get this to work. And here we go. Okay, so this is the very short tour of a fairly small area. It is the body of the building here that you're seeing here is 16 feet by a full 8 feet wide and 7-foot ceilings. The reason that I did this was rather than converting a small camper trailer, because you can buy them cheap, there's so much stuff in them that you'd either have to gut them, and it's more work to tear something apart than it is to just make it the way you want it in the first place. So I have a very open space in here. A wood stove will be going in. Let me just peek in the door here. There'll be a nice open spot. The skylight won't be there much longer. That's what I'm working on right now. Bugs. That's not funny. And then there's a small area back here, probably 4 or 5 feet back, 4 feet back from the closet, from the cupboard there. In the center will be the wood stove, and on either side of it will be the just storage, probably for food or whatever. There's one window in it so far, which is of course this one. Actually, that's not true. There's a window in the door, and as I score a few more windows, I'll add them in as I can. There's the frame that I welded up from bits and pieces of other frames, plus some steel that I had. And the frame is actually 18 feet long, and there's 2 feet of just steel frame on the back, and right now it's just 2 feet of steel frame. But what's going to happen there is I'm going to build sort of a garage shed on the back, for lack of a better word, and inside that it will be divided into a couple of compartments, and there will be my generator in there. I have a 2,000 watt, 2,200 watt Honda generator to go in there, and there will be, what else there'll be? Well, probably the chimney for the wood stove will go in there, and we'll have some shovels and all kinds of extra materials that might be necessary to carry along. Hunting stand, for example, whatever needs to go in there at the time. And that's how we're getting started off here. So over the course of the next several months, well, actually that's not true either, because in another month and a half we'll have frost and then snow. But I'm going to try and get more of this done this year real quick, as much as I can. Get the wood stove in it at least, then it will be usable, and then if I can get in there and once I get the wood stove in, I can go in there and start insulating and doing the interior rooms, interior walls with some boarding and so on, because once the wood stove's lit, even without insulation, it will keep it really warm, because it's a small space. And the only reason for the insulation is that otherwise I'd have to keep the wood stove running fairly briskly all the time, whereas if it's insulated, even though it's a very small space and easy to heat, I'll be able to let the wood stove sort of run down at a lower speed, or even run out a little bit without losing all of the heat too quickly. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll look forward to hearing from any comments. If you've got any questions, by all means put them in the comment section below, and we'll bring you up to date the next trip. introduction to how the channel it got started, its name. I actually started the channel just to speak with other channels several months back, I guess September of almost a year ago. And you have to have a channel to talk to the other channels, so that's what was really the only reason I started this. But like so many, you know, you get kind of caught up in it, and it can be a lot of fun. So I'm glad you could join me today, and I look forward to seeing you some more. Hopefully you'll maybe follow along with the build that we've got going on here as we complete it. And then in the spring, when all the snow is gone, probably around May, end of May, roughly middle of May, when the snow is mostly gone, we'll get this thing out and going. But once I get this roof finished, hopefully today or tomorrow, and the wood stove in the next few days, at least over the winter I could come inside, get it hot, and it's such a small space that with a good running wood stove, I should be able to work in there as I continue on with the insulation and so on. So have a good day. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you again soon.